What's good? What's good? What it's looking like? Yeah, man. They done finally snatched me up. Authorities said they've had enough of my mischievous ways and deemed me a nuisance to society. Yeah, they got me on timeout, man. Well, at least they've given me the luxury of having a shower in my cell. That's a first. 3 hots in the cot, man.
The FDA and its advisors are meeting today to develop a streamlined, sustainable, long-term protection plan against COVID-19. It comes as there is growing debate over vaccines and natural immunity. National correspondent Kayla Gaskins has the story.
Debate over annual COVID vaccinations taking place as fewer and fewer Americans seem concerned about staying up to date on their shots. Just 15% of people getting the latest booster released last fall.
Well, I think there is a certain amount of vaccine fatigue. Lots of people have gotten vaccinated. There are people who want to travel. They want to get back to their normal lives.
Some remain skeptical an annual COVID shot is necessary. Worried Big Pharma is pushing the idea to make money. Worries illustrated by this exchange between a Pfizer research director, Jordan Tristan Walker, and an undercover Project Veritas journalist.
Pfizer ultimately is thinking about mutating COVID?
Well, that is not what we say to the public. No. We're exploring, no. You know the virus keeps mutating?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things we're exploring is, why don't we just mutate ourselves so we can focus on, we can create undoubtedly develop new vaccines, right?
Dr. William Schaffner, an infectious disease professor at Vanderbilt University Medical Center, argues the push for annual boosters isn't coming from the manufacturers, but from the scientists and public health authorities.
People such as myself, I don't have any stock in any of those companies, but I know, as with flu vaccine, ignoring the problem is only going to fill up our hospitals.
A recently published study shows the best protection against COVID is actually hybrid immunity, the kind found in vaccinated people who also caught the virus.
You still need the vaccine on top of that. Both of them combined, it's synergy.
A big question surrounding annual COVID shots is who would need them? Some experts argue frequently vaccinating younger, healthy people isn't practical or necessary. In Washington, I'm Kayla Gaskins.
Oh, shit. Neither practical nor necessary, she says. A day late and $1 short with that little revelation, ain't it? Prime example of why sometimes it's better to sit back and evaluate the situation and survey the scene a little bit before you decide to pull the trigger. It would be remiss of me if I didn't run that one part back one more again, just to confirm that you did in fact hear what you thought you heard.
Some remain skeptical an annual COVID shot is necessary. Worried Big Pharma is pushing the idea to make money. Worries illustrated by this exchange between a Pfizer research director, Jordan Tristan Walker, and an undercover Project Veritas journalist.
Pfizer ultimately is thinking about mutating COVID?
Well, that is not what we say to the public. No. We're exploring, no. You know the virus keeps mutating?
Yeah.
Well, one of the things we're exploring is, why don't we just mutate ourselves so we can focus on, we can create undoubtedly develop new vaccines, right?
Jordan Tristan Walker. Director of Research and Development at Pfizer. You heard exactly what the fuck he said. Now, he at a restaurant having dinner with this other undercover journalist, right? Whole time, he being recorded by hidden camera. So after he makes this revelation of epic proportion, the journalist goes to the bathroom. Or I assume he goes to the bathroom. They don't show where he went. All you see is the dude seated at the table by himself. Then a reporter walks up to the table and begins to question him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just play a segment from that video so you all can hear the exchange.
Hey there. Is this seat taken? You work for Pfizer. My question for you is, why does Pfizer want to hide from the public the fact that they're mutating the COVID viruses?
Is this real life? I'm literally a liar. I was trying to impress a person on a date by lying. This is absurd.
Please don't touch me. Well, this is not. By the way, don't tell anybody.
He's just working at a company to literally help the public. You really did. Please bring the cops as soon as possible. It was very unsafe.
Can you please unlock your door?
No, don't let them leave.
Please unlock the door.
Give them. Why is going on here?
Please unlock. Please unlock the door. Please unlock the door. Unlock the door. We're trying to get unlock the door. Unlock the door.
I mean, it's like To Catch a Predator. It's
Yeah, they rode on him like To Catch a Predator. Safe to say, dude went ape shit. He's wrestling and then tussling with the reporter, trying to break the iPad he thinks he's been recorded with, trying to lock the restaurant doors. It's a mess. Actually, I'm gonna leave a link to that video in the description so you can see just how much of a fool this dude was acting. It kind of gives off the impression that Buddy fucked up big time. But that's that for that.
The CDC says there could be a safety issue with Pfizer's updated COVID-19 vaccine. New numbers reveal a possible increase in a certain type of stroke in people 65 and older who recently received one of the updated boosters. This potential risk was detected using a monitoring system that called the vaccine safety data link. Seniors might be more likely to have these kinds of strokes within the first 3 weeks after the shot compared with weeks 4 through 6. And in New York,
nothing major. Something small to a giant. It's only the seniors anyway, so you know. That's a demographic that what the fuck is this motherfucker? Alright.
Huh? Oh shit, they got one of us! Everyone on alert! Damn!
Oh, I forgot to post the title for that shit. Oh well.
24-year-old Devin Buckley's freshman year of college was supposed to be the time of his life.
Life was great, actually. At the time I got sick, I had no complaints.
But in spring of 2018, the University of Arizona student suddenly started losing weight. He was extremely tired, struggling even to walk to the bathroom. It took 6 weeks to get a diagnosis, a fungal infection called valley fever.
Had you ever heard of valley fever?
No, I had never heard of it.
Valley fever is caused by breathing in microscopic spores that live in dirt.
It sounds like you were extremely close to death.
Yeah, they were telling my mom to prepare for that.
He's still not better, spending 5 years in and out of the hospital. At his worst, he was on life support for 2 weeks.
At 23, you have your whole life ahead of you. This is an exciting time. And he's just hoping to have a day where he's not in pain all day. So it's a challenge.
Some people with valley fever experience just mild disease, but 5 to 10% of cases lead to serious long-term lung problems. The disease can spread to the brain, joints, and in some cases is fatal.
The spores that cause valley fever thrive in dry desert environments like this. 2/3 of all cases reported in the United States originate from right here in Arizona, and researchers say that the disease's reach is expanding.
In recent years, valley fever cases rose 32%, and experts worry it could get much worse. One study shows the spores that cause it could spread beyond the Southwest through the Great Plains as the Earth warms due to climate change. And while there is no cure for valley fever, researchers say they are close to developing a vaccine.
It's been found repeatedly.
Dr. John Galgiani has been treating and studying valley fever for 40 years.
If we could prevent this with a vaccine, that would be a real game changer.
Researchers at the University of Arizona have created a vaccine for dogs that could be approved by the USDA early next year. It would be the first fungal vaccine approved in the U.S. for animal or human. Dr. Galgiani says it looks promising for people, too.
How hopeful are you that we're going to see a vaccine soon?
I'm really quite hopeful. In my view, right now, we do have a candidate that deserves to be evaluated, and I think will probably be effective, and we'll be using it.
He says time is of the essence. Gotti Schwartz, NBC News, Tucson.
Some refer to it as an infection. I'm leaning more towards it being Earth's immune system kicking into gear. Much like the arsenic under the Great Salt Lake in Utah becoming exposed as it dries up, and how windstorms will blow toxic dust all throughout that region. Or the melting glaciers in some areas releasing toxic levels of mercury. Yeah. And just to be clear, I make mention of these things not to make people fearful, but to bring awareness. Fear ain't gonna do shit for you. Being aware will put you in a better position to survive. Granted, you actually do something with the knowledge you possess. That's the catch. Oh, this little spot is kind of decked out, goddammit. Vending machines and shit. Water dispenser. Oh, I gotta free my guy. Now you would have came in handy. Yeah, come on. Look like somebody had some faulty paperwork. That paperwork ain't right. Good motherfucking night. Hold on.
seemingly every direction after the military shot down a Chinese balloon that had been floating high above U.S. airspace 4 days. China says the move damaged relations between the two countries. American lawmakers are accusing China of using the balloon to spy on U.S. soil. Republicans are going further and criticizing the Biden administration for not taking down the balloon sooner. Jared Hill has more.
New accusations after the U.S. shot down a suspected Chinese spy balloon.
Clearly, this was an attempt by China to gather information to defeat our command and control of our sensitive missile defense and nuclear weapon sites.
China Monday called the action indiscriminate use of force by the American military, maintaining the balloon was a civilian unmanned airship, further straining relations between the two countries.
We have a real problem with China on a number of issues. From their human rights violations to their violations of international business law, to even the challenges we've had with them on overt spying.
The balloon was first spotted over Alaska on January 28th. It moved into Canadian airspace, then crossed back into U.S. territory last Tuesday, passing over sensitive nuclear sites in Montana before heading east. A military jet firing a single missile shot it down Saturday off the coast of South Carolina.
I told them to shoot it down.
On Wednesday.
On Wednesday.
But the recommendation
They said to me, let's wait till the safest place to do it.
Republicans are criticizing the Biden administration for not acting sooner.
He allowed a full week for the Chinese to conduct spying operations over the United States, over sensitive military installations, exposing not just photographs, but the potential of intercepted communication.
Military officials say once the balloon was detected, steps were taken to protect against intelligence collection. The Navy and Coast Guard are now off the coast of South Carolina searching for debris. Jared Hill, CBS News.
Do 2 W2s make a W4?
Are you?
You know, for some strange reason, I was under the assumption that when something is moving towards U.S. airspace, it's detected and addressed. Apparently, this must not be the case because this presumably slow-moving object made it to and was able to fly over Alaska. There were concerns about shooting it down over land. Okay, I get it. But they couldn't have shot it down when it passed over the Gulf of Alaska? Interesting. Oh shit, hold on, I was doing something. Yeah, that's it for the stories though. I'm gonna fuck around and bounce back tomorrow or the day after with some more shit. I do not like the handling of this car. Damn, I hit a civilian. My bad. See, I should be able to, whatever. But with all the information laid out before you, you have no reason not to get the shot. No excuse. If y'all ain't in the database by a certain date, you're gonna have some explaining to do. Get to it.